Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be filming a full face of milk makeup. I have filmed one of these before on my channel, but it's been a couple years and they've obviously launched a few more things since then, so I'm excited to revisit the brand as a whole. I also have their newest releases here. I got this week. I'm really excited to dive into it. Oh my god, I matched this thing. I did not plan that, but meant to be. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. So before I jump into any of the makeup products, they do have quite a few skincare items. I don't get along with most of them, but the two I really enjoy are the cooling water eye patches and the cooling water stick. I tend to wake up with puffy eyes most days. It's just something my dad passed down to me through genetics. Thank you, Dad. But these are really nice to have on hand to kind of calm that down if I have something going on that morning or if I want to film something earlier in the day. They're just nice to throw on and they feel really good. I don't think that they're necessities in my skincare routine, but they're just fun to have, you know? So I think I'm gonna use both of them today. I'm gonna start with the cooling eye stick and then I'll put these on top. I'd never use both at the same time, but for this video, why not? I do find that this shape is a little awkward to put under your eye. I wish it was like a little bit tinier. I know they might have a smaller version, which would be a lot better, but I'm just gonna focus it under my eyes. You can use it all over the face if you want, but it's just super cold. It just feels really nice and relaxing. Sometimes I'll take it on the lid. It just feels really, really nice. Like you're rubbing an ice stick, but it doesn't really leave anything behind. Just like a little bit of moisture, but it dries down. It just feels really relaxing. And now for the eye patches. These are my favorite eye patches because they tend to really stay under the eye. A lot of them, they kind of like fall off, but this one I can just do a bunch of things around the house, make my matcha in the morning, and they stay put without slipping and sliding. Plus I really like the way they look. I don't know. They have like a fabric on the top, so it really helps to adhere it to your under eye. I keep these in my fridge just so that they're extra cold. I'm so happy I had some on hand for this video. You can keep them on if you want to do your eyes first or whatever, but I think I'm just gonna pop off camera, enjoy the last few sips of my matcha, and I'll see you in a few. Chilling time is done. That was so nice and relaxing. I loved every moment of that. But now let's move on to actual makeup products. They have a couple primers. I guess you can use the Sunshine Oil as a primer if you'd like, or in your skincare routine under your makeup. It looks like this. It's the same packaging as the Sunshine Skin Tint. I just can't get away with oils underneath my makeup since I have an oilier complexion. I can only get away with that like 4 days out of the year in the dead of winter when my skin is feeling parched. But today I'm not going to use this. But for actual makeup primers, they have two options. They have the Blur Stick, which is a very popular product in the beauty sphere. I am not super familiar with this one. I know it smooths out your skin beautifully. It minimizes the look of texture and pores, but my favorite primer that they offer is the Hydro Grip. This is the one I'm going to be using today since I want my makeup to stay all day. It's great at prolonging the wear of your makeup. I'm going to use a pump and a half of this today. I'm just going to go right in it. It's a really nice gel consistency. And it spreads really nicely and you can feel it setting down and it gets super, super sticky. So it really grabs onto whatever you layer on top of it, but it's very comfortable too. It feels hydrating at the same time, which is very interesting. Love this stuff. I love the whole Hydro Grip line that they offer. The newest product is the eye base. I've been testing it out. I'm still kind of unsure about it, but I love the spray. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. So now moving into foundation, they currently have 3 options to choose from. The first one that they ever came out with was the Blur Liquid. I used to be such a fan of this foundation back in the day, and I really wanted to revisit it today just to see if it held up and what it looks like on my skin these days, but sadly I have a shade that's way too deep for me at the moment, so maybe I'll revisit it once I put on a fake tan or something. They also have a stick foundation, which I don't have with me currently. It didn't work for me. I found that it broke me out. Most stick foundations do, just because they have a lot of wax in the formula, so I just have to stay away from those. And the last base product that they offer is the Sunshine Skin Tint. This is the product I'm going to be going in with today. Over 2021, they actually reformulated this to have reef safe sunscreen, and I think they took out a few more ingredients as well. I think there was something with silicone in it before, but this is now a silicone free product. And they also revamped the packaging, so now you can buy refills instead of repurchasing the entire component again. But yeah, let's apply one of these. I have a couple shades here. There's some construction going on outside, so I'm sorry if you can hear some construction noises. I have the shades light, light medium, and medium. I'm probably going to be light or light medium, so let's see which one suits my skin better. That's light, probably light. Oh no, light medium actually. That one disappears. This one stays kind of too pale on me. Okay, I really like the experience of applying this. You just click the bottom here and it shoots some product out onto this glass roller ball, and it just feels kind of cool to rub on your face. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting experience. That applied beautifully today. I really like how it's looking. It's been so long since I've used both of these products in conjunction, and wow, they look incredible. What makes this skin tint stand out to me is that it's pretty buildable and it's an easy experience. I do find that the formula is a bit thicker and balmier, so it does take a bit more time to apply it, but it still applies very seamlessly. I haven't even gone over with my sponge yet. It has quite a bit of glow. I can't really use this one in the summertime because on my oily skin it gets way too greasy looking for me, but I like using this one in the fall and winter time. It feels very hydrating. It's just really beautiful, as you can tell. But now moving on to concealer. Their Flex concealer is one of my holy grail concealers. It's just a classic, beautiful, simple concealer that I rely on a lot. It has a good medium coverage and a really nice finish. It has a subtle amount of glow, but it sits really nicely under the eye. It doesn't settle into my fine lines at all. It's just one of those concealers I know I'm always going to have in my collection. I turn back on it way too much not to have it. But they recently added another product to the Sunshine lineup, and this is the Sunshine Under Eye. I'm really excited to use this. I haven't touched any of them. I don't know what the texture feels like or what it looks like. Very, very excited. I just pulled up the info online. So I guess it's not really a concealer, it's more of an eye brightener, kind of like the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix. So it has light coverage, reduces redness, and it has like a sheer coverage. So I'm interested to see how this goes. I've been dying to try this out. I was just waiting for this video. So this is what it looks like. It looks like it's gonna feel good under the eye. This is the shade 2. I wanna see what it looks like. Oh, that was cool. Here, I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. I should have shown you. So it's like the same packaging as the Sunshine Skin Tint or the oil. So you just pump at the bottom and then the product eventually, it's a lot quicker with the other one. Oh, there we go. Just needed a little bit of gravity. See, it pumps out like that. Wow. Here are the 3 shades that they sent over. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So I think 2 is the perfect color for me. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm excited. It does feel really nice under the eye. I'm just gonna see what it feels like with my finger. It feels very thin. I'll blend this side out with my finger and the other with a sponge, and we'll see how it differentiates. Blends pretty quickly. Oh, it looks very, very dewy. I'm a bit concerned that it might settle into my fine lines I have under there. Okay, let's see how it blends out with a sponge on this side. Ooh, it doesn't really blend in with a sponge very well. It kind of moves the product around, kind of like oil and water. Yeah, no sponge allowed with that. Look at what it did. 2 very different experiences. Hopefully I can soften that. Oh my god, that was, what is going on? Okay, you don't want to add any water to that. Look what's going on. It's like pilling, kind of. I'm gonna try to wipe it off with my finger. It does say on here that you can blend it in with your fingertips, a sponge, or a concealer brush. So I wonder what went wrong. I had two very different experiences. That's crazy. So I would recommend fingers. Maybe I'll try with a brush this time around. Why not? I located my concealer brush. This is the one from Rare Beauty. I got excited that time and I pumped it too many times, so I kind of overloaded my under eye there. Just wiping off the excess on my towel. But yeah, brush is good too. But I think fingertips was the quickest, and it also gave the nicest finish, I think. So it has a bit more coverage than I was expecting. I think it has more coverage than the Bright Fix from Fenty Beauty, and it definitely has the same kind of glow as the Sunshine Skin Tint, so they obviously pair very beautifully together. I do see that it's kind of settling into my fine lines a little bit, but nothing more than any other concealer. All of them settle into these little fine lines I have. But that's why I need to put on some powder. And they actually, well, I think anyways, I think they discontinued this powder. It's sold out on their website and you can't find it on Sephora. And I did recently try this out again and I really did not like it under my eye. So I'm kind of debating if I should even go in with this today. I really want to give this eye brightener a shot. So I might go in with my Pat McGrath under eye powder since I'm very familiar with that one. And I still use this one the most on the everyday. I just want to see and give everything a good shot, you know? I feel like that makes the most sense. I just know things are gonna go sideways if I use this under my eyes today. So I'm just taking some of my Pat McGrath powder with a fluffy brush. And I'm gonna do the same thing I do every day. And just sweep it right under here. Wow, that looks beautiful. Those two products combined give a very smooth under eye look. And this is my preferred amount of coverage under my eyes right now. You can still see a little bit of the darkness shining through, so it looks like I'm a bit tired, just kind of lived in. I really enjoy that look. Have any of you tried this out? Let me know if it worked for you. I feel excited about it, even though I've only had it on for a couple minutes, but I really like that experience so far. Now that the base is done, it's time to add some dimension to my face, and I'm going to use the matte bronzer in the shade Baked. This was my first ever cream bronzer and I adored it. I had the full-size version, this is the mini version, and I used it for like 3 years straight. I eventually had to get rid of it because it did go off, obviously, and it smelled like Play-Doh. This one doesn't really smell like Play-Doh. It doesn't have that same smell, but I loved this stuff. I used it so much, so I'm really excited to revisit it, see how it goes these days and how it compares to other things I now use. I'm gonna see what it looks like when I swipe it on, and then I want to see what it looks like if I pick some up with my brush. This is a Melt 777 brush, by the way. Wow, that blended flawlessly. So now I'm just gonna pick some up with this brush and then I'll see what it looks like. Oh yeah, about the same. And I'm just gonna swipe it on this side. Wow, I really like the looks of that today. I think the color is really nice as well. It's a bit warmer, but I don't think it's bad. That looks so much better than I remember. I probably was using that stuff and it had gone bad. This is a lot more creamy than I remember. I like it. I see myself using this and putting it into my rotation. Cute. So now for highlighter, I also have two little minis here. I have the shades Tint and Lit. Tint. That brings me back to like 8th grade. What are we doing this Friday? Are we gonna get Tint? I'll swatch both shades on the back of my hand. Oh wow, Tint is definitely turned up, that's for sure. They're both very different. This one is Tint, and I hope you can see all of the glitter. Oh yeah, the camera's adjusting. And you can see there's a difference in finish as well. This one's Lit. So you can see it's a lot more glossy and glowy, and this one's a bit more like a cream, soft matte texture kind of. Interesting, but this one has a lot of chunky glitter, and this one is just a smooth pearl. I'm going to be using this one, Lit. I'm just gonna dab it directly on. I'm just gonna blend it with my finger as well. I don't feel like washing another brush today. At one point, this highlighter was in my disappointments bin, and then in a recent retrying products I hated video, I fell in love with this one. I think it's just so beautiful. It looks super balmy and hydrating, and it has the most beautiful glow. The pearl in it is so flattering. It doesn't enhance any of your texture. It just sinks right in and just makes you look just naturally glowy, you know? I layered it a couple times today just because I wanted to amp it up, just to see how it layered, and it looks so nice. And I like when I look straight, you can't see an undercast at all. It's just very, very flattering. I forgot to mention that they do also carry a powder highlight. It's the Flex highlighters. I didn't really get along with them. I found them to be very texture enhancing, and the pearl was just too big for my liking. It looked a bit glittery on me, so I got rid of those a long time ago. I prefer the cream version a lot more. But now moving on to blush, they recently came out with a new blush formula. It's called the Bionic Blush. I picked up the shade Infinity. They only came out with 4 shades, and it's not my favorite shade range of all time, but they look really nice. It comes in this little paint tube that looks like this. So you just squeeze it out kind of similarly to the Glossy cloud paints. I squeezed out way too much, classically, but they feel very, very balmy. And they have an intense dewy finish. Like, look at that. It almost looks like the M Cosmetics serum blushes, that same kind of consistency, but it feels a lot more balmy in texture. So they have those, and they also carry the lip and cheek sticks. And I didn't know that this shade existed. They sent this out to me recently. It's this beautiful orange color, Swerve. I had no idea. Why didn't anyone tell me about this color? Look at that. Wow. I'm very tempted to use this one. I feel like it suits the color that's going on in my office today. Ooh, but I also want to try out the Bionic Blush. I'm torn. I'll swatch the other lip and cheeks that I have. This one is Perk, which I think is their most popular shade. It's like a pinky peach color. The next one is Flip, and I think this one's kind of like a, yeah, it's a very vibrant pink. That's gorgeous though. And the last color I have in front of me is this very pale, almost like blue toned pink. It's the shade Dash. It barely shows up on me, but it's right there. Oop, it's like a Barbie pink, kind of. I'm so torn. I don't know which one to go in with. I've made up my mind. I'm going to try out the Bionic Blush. I just feel hesitant because I don't know if I'm gonna really like this. It looks like it's going to be very, very shiny and almost greasy looking on my skin. But if I don't like it, maybe I'll try to remove it, and then I'll opt for this orange one. This still looks pretty creamy, but it looks way less glowy in comparison. I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. I feel like that's the best way to go about this kind of texture. Okay, it doesn't look so crazy dewy when it's actually on my skin. Like, that's not the actual finish that goes on. It's still very dewy, don't get me wrong, but it's not that glass gloss look. I don't know if I super love that. I don't know how much I'd reach for it in my collection, but I think if you're wanting this kind of look, I don't think you'd be disappointed. I don't know how they wear yet, obviously, but I don't know. Not an immediate love. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what this looks layered on top of that. I'm so tempted to go in with this orange, you guys. Hey, that actually goes in nicely. It didn't pill it. Would you guys be mad if I layered a bit of that orange on top? I'm gonna do it. I feel happy now. I really like that orange color. That's cuter. I'm happy now. I really like this Swerve color. Okay, the base is complete now. I really like how it's looking. Super glowy, but healthy looking, not greasy. I like it. But now it's time to move on to brows, and they don't have a brow pencil yet. They do have a brow pen with like a 3-pronged situation. I did try that a couple times, and I found that it dried out very quickly. It just isn't worth it in my opinion. And they do have a brow gel with some fiber in it. It's kind of like a tinted brow situation. So I'm going to put that through my brows in a moment. I'm just going to fill in the sparser areas with my Kosas Brow Pop. And while I'm doing that, please enjoy the kitten intermission. Okay, brow gel time. I'm using the shade Diesel. I haven't used this in a couple years. This is a new tube. Let's see how she goes. I remember it being a bit more of a watery consistency, and it didn't spike my brows as much as I would like, but it fills them in nicely and like acts kind of like a tinter, I guess. It coats the hairs like a mascara would. Hey, but it's making my brows look pretty bushy this morning. Hey, this is going a lot better than I remember. I don't know if it really compares to my boy brow or my M Cosmetics, but I feel like I might put this in my rotation. I put in a lot today. Just need to take a clean spoolie and I need a little help. I wonder if they changed something because it's really not like what I remember. It is a little bit watery still, so I got some little flicks on my skin here, but it's not a huge deal just to kind of flick them away. Hey, I think my brows look great. They look a little bit dark, but that's okay. I just got my roots done so I can pull it off right now, but I think that looks pretty nice. I like it. They look very floof. Yeah, they're a little bit dark today. I feel like I look like that dog with eyebrows meme. The one that looks at you like. That's what I feel like. They're pretty intense. But now let's move on to eyeshadow. I'm first going to prime my lids with the Hydro Grip Eye Primer. I've only used this, I think, twice now. And I don't know how I feel yet. I didn't use it under my concealer today just because I really wanted to see what that Sunshine Eye Brightener did on its own. And I really like it so far. I feel like my under eyes look fantastic today, but I'm just gonna take a touch of this eye primer. I find that it feels a little silicone-y or something. It's not as waxy as I would like, but the times that I have used this, my eyeshadow look has not creased, so I'll give it that. It does what it's supposed to do, but I'm still testing it out. So for my eyeshadow, they have these little things. It's the eye chalk, no, the color chalk. So you can use these in a multitude of ways. I think I would just use them on the eyes personally. I swatched a few of the shades that they sent me, and you can see that they don't all have the same finish. There are some that are more shimmery than others. This one, for example, has more of like a satin sheen, whereas these ones are a bit more metallic. They're a bit messy, so I'll show you what they are. They're like these little tubes, and you open it up, and then you get this little chalk, and it's rolled up in these papers, and you can like peel the paper as you use the product. I don't know if I can get down with these, to be honest. I feel like I wouldn't really use them, but we'll see. I used one once and I didn't really love it. I had like it's like a goldy champagne shade. It wasn't my favorite, but I'll see what they look like today since I have a few other shades to play with. I'm gonna try the shades Kickball and Jump. I think they'll suit the colors that are going on. And if I wanna deepen things up, I'll go for this deeper brown shade, which is Double Dutch. When you use these, things get very messy quickly. So just be aware and don't touch your face when you are putting these in and out of the container. Okay, I don't know how I should go about this. Okay, so with this eye primer, you have to make sure to tap it out before applying anything. It creases on its own, but once product goes on top of it, it doesn't crease anymore. I'm going to start with the shade Jump, and I'm going to kind of rub it on the outer portion of my eye. I might have to grab a brush real quick. Now I'm taking the shade Kickball. I'm gonna place it in the inner half. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just soften the edges of that. Just gonna try to pack on a second layer with my finger. I like these two shades a lot more than the shade I tried previously. I feel like they're a lot more impactful. I'm going to see how it applies with a smaller brush. I'm taking that deeper color on this Sigma E30. It's going on, so yay. Just swapping to the other shade. And I'm going to incorporate a little bit of this dark brown just to see how this would layer on top of that. A little tricky. I'm gonna have to, maybe I'll have to dampen it to get it to layer. It's adding a little tint. I think I liked it more before. I'm just gonna layer more of that jump shade. I'm just gonna quickly do this eye and I'll be right back. Here is the eyeshadow look all finished. Although I love the look, I feel like it was unnecessarily hard to achieve. I feel like these are hard to work with. You can't build them up very easily. They're very messy. I think it's a cute idea. I think it's just really hard to work with to get this type of look and finish. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I just know if these are in my collection, they're just going to sit there. I don't know if I'd ever really reach for them, to be honest. Yeah, like they're very messy. I had to go wash my hands and I have glitter particles all over my chest and just it's everywhere. I don't know, it's a little tricky to work with in my opinion. But now I'm going to give my lashes a good squeeze before we move on to mascara. And they do have a few mascara options. They have a waterproof version, an eyelash primer, and the original high volume mascara. I only have this one with me physically, so I will be obviously using that one. By the way, this is my favorite eyelash curler. It's the Shu Uemura one. Okay, mascara time. I will say that I love the tube that it's in. It's super heavy. I feel like you can use this as a weapon. You can knock someone out with this for sure. It's so heavy. Here's the brush. It's a bit big for my preferences, but we'll see how it goes. I haven't used this in a very long time. It used to be one of my favorite mascaras, but I feel like I might have found better since. I'll see once it's actually applied. Gives like a nice, cute, fluffy look. I wouldn't say that it's high volume, but I'll try to build it up and then I'll see. I used to really enjoy this one, but that was back in the day when I used falsies on the daily. So it didn't really matter what my mascara did to my lashes as long as it made them black. I didn't care really. I'm very clumsy today. I just got mascara. Oh my god, I made it even worse than I thought. Oh my god. What did I just do? So here's 3 layers of that mascara. I think it looks pretty cute. I don't know if I'd really reach for this one anymore. I feel like I have mascaras that are a lot quicker than this one, like the Rare Beauty one or the Marc Jacobs Outlashed. Although I think that one's gone now, sadly, but I don't know. I think my lashes look really nice. It just took a while to achieve this kind of look. So before I move on to lips, I'm just gonna give my face a quick spritz with this. This is one of my all-time favorite products from the brand. It's the Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I've gone through most of it now. It's just the best for longevity. I forgot to apply this after my base. I usually don't like spraying my eyes just because it tends to crease my eyeshadow sometimes. Not this setting spray, but setting sprays in general. Okay, now it's time for lips, and they have a few options. They have a classic bullet lipstick, which I really enjoy this formula, especially this color. This is the shade Wavy. I might use this one today. I feel like it might look cute with all the colors going on. It's just a beautiful bullet lipstick formula, and I really like the packaging. I really like how minimalistic it is. And then when you open it up, it has the name right here. I think it just looks really beautiful. This is the shade Name Drop. It's crazy vibrant red. They also have the electric glossy lip plumpers. I don't like these at all. I find these to be very gloopy and sticky. Like when you talk, it creates those strings. I just wouldn't recommend them, point blank. I really love the way they smell though. They smell so good. They smell like pine needles and eucalyptus and just like a forest. And I really like that. They also have tinted lip balms. I actually really like these. For a tinted lip balm, I think that these ones are worth it. They have a good amount of pigment and they're also very hydrating. That was the shade Bubble. This is Canatonic, which is more of like a nudie shade. That kind of got weird, but yeah, those are the colors. And they also have a tinted, like liquefied lip mask, the lip glazes. I used to have one of these in my purse and I finished the whole thing. I actually really enjoyed those, but I think, I don't know what I want to do actually. Let's see if Wavy looks good with the tones going on. Well, it might be much. I don't know if I like that. I think that's a bit much for what I want today, although it's very fall. I don't know if I'm down for a lip focused look today. I feel like the eye and cheek is enough. I think I'm going to go with the lip glaze in the shade Nova. It's this one right here. I feel like that will suit everything very nicely. But I'm first going to line my lips with the MAC Strip Down pencil. And now going in with the Nova Lip Glaze. Ooh, okay, yeah. I like that a lot better for this look. A bit more soft, suits the vibe of the brand a bit more, I feel like, kind of. Here is the finished final look. I love how it turned out. I think this is a beautiful makeup look. I really like how everything looks. Wow. Everything's so seamless. My skin looks so nice. Nothing's gone weird, except for maybe the blush. I definitely don't think that these two layer beautifully. I just really wanted this orange. But yeah, I'm just going to gather my thoughts on a few things, and I want to give you my top recommendations from the brand as well. So I will be right back. So I'm now going to give you my first impression thoughts on the newer things that I tried out today. So the thing I loved the most out of the new products was the Sunshine Under Eye Tint. I loved this whole experience. It felt really nice applying it. It hasn't moved or budged or creased at all. It has stayed put and it stayed looking amazing. Now for the Hydro Grip Eye Primer, I still feel unsure about it. I still have to test it out with a few other eyeshadow formulas, and I also want to try it out with other concealers as well. So I feel undetermined about this guy right now. So now for the Bionic Blush. I don't know if I super love this. I feel like it's kind of forgettable for me. I didn't really like the formula too much, although it gave like a really cute glowy cheek look. I don't know if it strikes me as unique. Plus I wasn't a huge fan of the 4 shades that they came out with. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of an unmemorable product for me. I don't know if I really dig it. And for the color chalks, I don't really dig these either. I feel like they're unnecessarily hard to work with and very messy. And for this kind of a look, I feel like it's just too much work. And all that work to get this kind of payoff, I don't know. I feel like I can get this kind of look with any other shimmer formula and I wouldn't have to struggle to get it to look like this, you know? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on that. But now I wanted to give you my top favorites from the brand, the things I recommend the most. So of course the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, love this stuff. If you need something to adhere your makeup on all day, look no further. This stuff is magic. Same with the Grip and Set Refresh Spray. These two products together, your makeup is not going anywhere. They're fantastic products. This is my #1 favorite setting spray of all time. It just works. And I love the packaging as well. The color of the actual liquid in here is really fun too. It's just a fun experience and it works well. Love them. I also highly recommend the concealer. I think it's a great, just solid concealer, super reliable, and that's that. It's just incredible. I've used this so much on my channel and I've gone through a couple tubes. This one depends on your personal preferences and your skin type, but the Sunshine Skin Tint I do really like. This one, I think it's beautiful. It's very easy to work with and you can build up the coverage if you need to. So if this speaks to you, I feel like you'd really enjoy it, but if you're someone who doesn't really like the sheer coverage and glowy look, I'd maybe stay away from this one. But if that's right up your alley, highly recommend it. It's beautiful. And my last favorite from the brand is the Bullet Lipsticks. Love this formula. It's ultra creamy. You get amazing pigmentation. It just glides across your lips so beautifully and it lasts pretty well for this type of lipstick, and it also is a very thin consistency, so it doesn't feel heavy at all on your lips. It's just gorgeous. Highly recommend these as well. And I feel like the rest of the products I tried out today really depends on your preferences. There isn't really anything I would say to stay away from or avoid completely. Actually, that's a lie. I just glanced on these. The only product I would completely avoid from the brand is the electric glossy lip paints, or lip plumpers rather, sorry. Not good. They just smell nice. That's about it. But that wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products I used and mentioned in the description down below, so check that out. And I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye!